Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying our vlogs. We're having a lot of fun doing them. For those of you that saw last week's episode, thank you so much for celebrating with us. It was an amazing testimony that happened, and we are super excited about it. And for those of you that have not done so yet, make sure you subscribe so that you can keep up with the newest videos that are coming out. And on that note of last week, I also want to say thank you to those that sent your text messages and your DMs and just those encouraging words that you guys would send and just your support. We really appreciate that. So thank you so much for that. Now, here's the question. Did you know that 78% of households live from paycheck to paycheck? That's a high percentage. And I don't know about you, but I do not want to live in that percentage rate. Okay? So, what I want to talk to you about is changing your strategy. Our strategy on how we do our finances have changed from time to time. It just all depends on when my husband gets paid. So we've done the weekly paychecks. We've gotten paid once a month. We've done the every 2 weeks, and now we're back to weekly paychecks. On top of the weekly paychecks, we now have this debt, this unwanted medical debt. It's like a thorn in the flesh that just won't go. It's just right there. It's just annoying, and it's just thorn in the flesh that won't go away. Sorry. Just had a moment, but I'm back. Anyway, so I asked God one day, I said, God, how can we get rid of this unwanted debt faster? There's nothing worse than trying something over and over again and not getting anywhere. That's the definition of insanity. It's when you do the same thing over and over and over again, but expecting different results. It doesn't work that way. Something's got to change, right? So my husband comes to me and he says, is it possible to live off of 3 checks a month where that 4th check doesn't even exist to us because it's going to go towards our medical debt? So I went and started playing with the numbers. Now, mind you, I'm taking into consideration that my husband is not guaranteed 40 hours a week. He's not. Okay, so I have that in mind. And I begin to play with the numbers, and comes down to it, yes, we can. Okay, and we both know it's going to be hard. It's going to take some discipline. But yes, we can do it. Now, you may be asking, living off of 3 weeks, like how does that work? What does that even look like? Okay. So we do the envelope system, okay? We've done this for years. We learned this envelope system from Dave Ramsey, who is over Financial Peace University. Now, the envelope system is like, for instance, I have here our gas envelope, school envelope, because my husband's in school. We have our grocery envelope. We have our toll envelope, because we both need toll money every single week. We have our phone bill, storage. We have our internet. My husband did his first semester of school without internet. It's okay. Sorry, a little bit of a flashback. Never want to relive that again. Then we have our AAA and we have our extra. Okay. So these right here are our weekly and monthly bills that we have. Now you notice that I didn't mention anything that has to do with wants or pleasures, right? Because that's where we're at right now. We can't afford anything extra. We can't take vacations. We can't we can't splurge on anything. There's no room for it. These are specifically needs. Now, but there is an extra envelope. Now, let me explain what our extra envelope is. This is for any yearly bills that come in, which we've had a lot lately. The extra money does not come in very often, but when it does come in right on time. But this is something like if our car needs a smog, or our tags are due, or my son just had a birthday party last Sunday. We wanted to get the family together, and we thought that would be a good reason to do so. So we spent whatever the extra money was in here, put it towards his birthday party. I have a bill that's coming up in August that I know is going to be due, and so we'll need the extra money for that. So that's what the extra envelope for us is for. So we've been living off of this envelope system. Now, one thing we do not have an envelope for is our tithes, because as soon as he gets paid, we automatically pay our tithes online. That goes quick, it goes first, done. But we also have an offering envelope that I keep in my purse, because I take that to church and we pay our offering in cash, and everything else we do in cash. So we've been living on this new strategy for about 3 months, and I gotta tell you, so far so good. Now you're probably asking, like, okay, what does this look like living off of 3 paychecks, right? Okay, so what that looks like is, what you do is write down everything that's due weekly and monthly, right? Write down what it is and the amount that you pay. Now, then you're going to break it down even more. So take groceries, for instance. Say you spend about $170 a week on groceries. So you take that, you multiply it by 4, because there's 4 weeks in a month, right? Then that totals, so it's 170 times 4 equals 680. And then you take 680 and you divide it by 3, because again, you want to live off of 3 weeks worth of paychecks. So you take 680, divide it by 3, and your total is 226. So every week for 3 weeks, you are taking out $226 for your groceries. Now, we started off with saying you have $170 a week. So out of that 226, you take the 170 out from that 226, because that is for that week, and you put the rest of what's the remaining that's left over into your grocery envelope. Got it? Makes sense? Okay. Now, as I said, we've been doing this for 3 months now, and so far so good. But that does not go without saying that we have not had our struggles. For instance, recently, my husband got sick, and he missed 4 days of work. And I was getting a little nervous. I was just like, oh gosh, how are we going to do this? Like, 4 days of work, of missing work, I don't know how we're going to pay our bills. I don't know how we're going to be able to stay caught up. But let me tell you, when it came down to me doing the finances, God is so good. He provided for everything. We were able to put in the exact amount of each envelope that we have, except for one. Because when you miss work, something's got to lack, right? For us, it was our groceries. We were only able to put aside $12 towards our groceries. Okay? Now, thank God of this new strategy, because we had money in our grocery envelope from the previous week. So we were able to make it work. So do you see the concept? Great. We live by this quote by Dr. Darius Daniels. He said, if you do what you can, God will do what you can. Okay? There are times where my husband comes home with money from work, because either he got tips from his job, or he even gives people rides home or to work, and they give him gas money. He never asks for it. In fact, he rejects it. He refuses it. But sometimes they're throwing in the money through the window as he's trying to drive off, because he's like, I don't want your money. But God provides in many different ways. My in-laws, oh my gosh, I have the best in-laws ever. I love my in-laws. They are a huge help to us. If it wasn't for them, we would be living homeless right now. You know, It was scary at first to think, okay, 3 weeks, can we really live off of 3 paychecks? Like I said, it's challenging and it takes discipline. But you got to start somewhere. You got to take the risk. Do whatever it takes. If you fail, it's okay. Fail forward. Just keep going. Get out of being stuck. Okay? And start. Start today. Because there's no time like the present time. See you guys today next week.